Is the MiG-27K Flogger J2 worth it? Is it good? What about the Comet? We are going to find out. The short answer is I think they are, but it comes with a caveat regarding the Strike Fighter. This is Foxhound. I wish you a good start of the day, a good start of the year as well. I hope that you enjoy with your families. I'm going to do a very quick review on these two main items. I'm also going to do a couple of matches as well, maybe one or two, and then I'll tell you my thoughts about mainly about the Strike Fighter. First, I'm going to do a very quick review regarding this event that appeared, Storm Patrol. What I think about this event, well, the camouflage looks okay-ish, yeah. Okay, I mean, it does look good. Of course, it doesn't have any details on top, but oh well, that's good. We have this grenade launcher for free, which is very good for the free-to-play community. BRU 2500 is good. I mean, it's not a killer, but I'm surprised it should have been swapped actually. But yes, I mean, overall, I think it's good that we have a good grenade launcher. If you don't have RBR 2500, it may be worth it. Camouflage looks good, but well, it comes with a price, £5 or your currency. Battle Pass, very quickly. Is this Battle Pass worth it? Yes. Why is it worth it? Well, helicopter is good. I'm going to tell you more about it. Strike Fighter is okay-ish. You can do a lot of things with it, but it's better than the previous ones that appeared, with the exception of Harrier. This missile, it's a very fast span missile, so that is actually good for the people who like to do those type of things. Why do I think this Battle Pass is also worth it? Just its value alone. It's because of this wonderful item. First of all, I'm just going to show you the camouflage again, which again looks like the one that from the event today, so that's quite interesting, but it looks nice. It looks nice actually. Free nifty item. But what is the most important thing? Of course, Alka. Alka is one of them. One of the top air defenses over here in the game. So this item alone, totally worth it, because it costs a lot of money on the market. Even if you don't decide to use it, I don't know why would you decide to do that. It still sells for 2k altcoins. This one, I wish we then had submarines in the game, because this is what I will be using all the time if I could. A replacement of Seahawk Sigma, however the range is short. But again, it's a shame because we have submarines, so I'll still stick to AFGS. But that's just for carriers. If you use like a ship, maybe this is your alternative. And this one is very good. I cannot do a gameplay with it, but I know from a fact that it has 3 cannons, and that is insane. It has 3 cannons. And it, of course, a soul-launching ship. Once I get it, I may do a gameplay with this. Very good free-to-play item for the community. Now, let's go very quick on the test match. Okay, so let's go to the practice mode. And I'm going to tell you the main things about these two aircraft. Okay. I'll start retreating very quickly, and then I'm going to first launch my helicopter. Okay, so first thing about the helicopter, it can target air targets, it can target submarines. So damage to submarines is going to be around 24k, and the burst damage of this nifty helicopter is going to be, let's go right over here. Let's launch everything. Around this, we're talking about 117k. So, and as you can see, it keeps going as well. Yeah, it's doing a lot of damage to a lot of ships around my area. Is it a bit slow? Yes. Is it an issue for aircraft carriers? No. You're not going to use this to open the map, it's more for defense. So it's like an improved fence, let's put it this way. Color looks very nice actually. Russian equipment as well. So that's the first thing. So I think the helicopter is totally worth it. Improvement of the Fenix, not expensive as Chimera, so yes, that's a win. What are my thoughts about this strike fighter? Well, first of all, this is a mid-range strike fighter. I'm going to do a couple of tutorials about the aircraft carriers, but if we categorize planes, let's put it this way, you have long range, medium range, short range, and does it have missiles, let's put it this way, to be able to missiles, and are you able to take out planes? So this thing can take out air targets with its cannons. Okay, so it has that going for it. It can target, aside from that, only surface targets. It cannot target submarines. It tries to behave like an Su-39. It is a shame that Jinja map is being hit because that's my that's my target. But anyways, its range. We're going to go through the stats after the test, but its range is around 7K. So it can tries to behave as a let's put it this way, an Su-39, but you have 3 on this quadrant and they fall quickly. So it's a little bit tricky to say. Su-39, of course, all its guns, missiles reload faster, but this is not so bad, let's put it this way. If you are close, you can do a lot of damage. Let's go with the burst damage. Let me see if we are on distance. Okay, we are on distance. So, at 5.5 kilometers, burst damage of this nifty strike fighter is going to be around this. We have 136. We'll have to do it again because it's not personal. But as you can see, let's try that again. Let's find another target. I'm gonna close this and open it again so that we have the burst damage of the strike fighter. While I'm doing this, what are my thoughts about the strike fighter? This is kind of like again an Su-39. Like you go with one mission alone to go out and take out let's put it this way, any type of ship in the expense that all your planes are going to die. So this is not meant to be something that's going to be around for much. Is it worth it? Requires a strategy to be used, but it has the potential to have some damage. It is, I mean, when a new strike fighter comes out, of course I'm going to compare it with the best one, which is Harrier and Su-39. Okay, let's do the burst damage first. Okay, so we go again. Missiles. 2 of these missiles cannot be cleared. Damage can reach around 185k, which is not bad. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing. What's the small issue regarding this plane? Durability is average or slow, and this plane requires you to get close in order to do damage. So that can be a slight issue. I did release a match testing tactic as an Su-39. I have to try using it from distance to see how it behaves. I'm going to do it in this session. But the good thing about it is put it this way, that it has a consistent damage, let's put it this way, of 116k. Of course, without taking into account the interception on air defenses, so you can do potentially a good amount of damage with this. And if you're a person that does not have SU-39 and regarding the Harrier, you are not a person that likes to use guided missiles, then I think this is a good alternative. Not in comparison to the other strike fighters that appeared lately. It's better than all of them, with the exception of Harrier. I think machine gun lasts a very long time. That it also has that coming for it as well. So yeah, it's a good item overall. So now what we're going to do, we are going to bring this boy into an online match. Yeah, I'm not dealing here again with the bots. This is an online match, on maybe one or two, and yes, I'm going to comment on those. Okay, let's see how we do with this match over here. What's going to be the main thing we're going to do over here? Okay, let's try to go to the right as quickly as possible. Launch or lift the fighter. Go up to the sky. Let's see what my allies are going to do. We have an assault ship in front of us. We have a fan that's going to take us out. Yeah, because you're seeing a helicopter. But we took it out, so that's not such a big one. Let's put it this way. I know for a fact here we're gonna have a frigate or destroyer, so let's try to make a good reconnaissance. Let's put it this way. So we have destroyer here. Let's try to do this one. So damage is going to be like around 100, like 88k guaranteed. So right now we are like 166. So yeah, it's a very difficult strike fighter because this targeting a ship that is not alone. That can last forever, as you can see. So yeah, I think it's a very capable. Now let's start helping our friends over here. Let's see who we target. It's early here and maybe a bit slow, obviously, festivities and drinks, right? But well, overall, it's a very capable strike fighter. As you can see, you are able to do some substantial damage if you are pretty much far away. That Arcan is having a bad day. Let's try again the strike fighter, yeah, shall we? Hopefully we kill second person so we have a secure match instead of got melted. So yeah, I think it has a very good capability, as you can see. Who is in this side is going to be the strike fighter, and I think it's totally worth it. I guess now I should focus on the matches at hand, right? A person is also in the Fujian, which is very interesting. We're going to launch our helicopters and distract just a little bit, just for the sake of it. Let's try to take some points over here. I ran out of flares. Well, that's very unheard of. When can one run out of flares? That's very interesting. So that puts us in a very bad spot. Okay. The assault carrier is going to take me out. Sadly, my air defenses are fairly strong, so I can also do a dent in his beautiful paint over here, and since it's only him, that tactic is not going to work as much. Let's try the strike fighter again. If I'm allowed to. I am not allowed to. But we are going to go through the statistics again. So, very successful match on this one. Standard damage, 1 million. Let's put it this way. 471k damage. I launched it 2 times, I believe. So that's actually medium to high damage. So it's actually fairly good. And I think you can be far away, and it has a lot of missiles that are very capable and being able to penetrate defenses without being worried about the flares. So that I found that very, very interesting. So what we are going to do right now is we are going to have a potentially second match. We are going to get some flares. That was insane. How did I run out of flares? That is very unheard of. But okay, it's not the end of the world. I wish there was a button to buy 10 of these instead of clicking one by one. But oh well. I'm going to stop at 500 so that way you don't have to see me do this if this comes live. And we're going to hit the second match over here. So overall, I will say capable strike fighter. Of course, SU-39 is better, but that's all overall a superior strike fighter anyways. Could be equal to Harrier. I mean, Harrier is better only if you know how to use the guided missiles. If not, the potential this could be a very good option of a strike fighter. I'm not saying the best yet. I want to play with it a little bit more. But I think it is a very capable strike fighter, I would say. Yeah, nothing to miss. The other ones that came recently, they were not close to the damage that you can do with this one. So you can be competitive. And you will not be disappointed. If you don't have the Harrier, then, and of course, this is a very good alternative. Okay. We took that out, and we're going to do a little bit of damage over here, a little bit of testing. Try to choose a target that is not either not close or clustered, or a target that is being attacked by our allies. That is this one. Maximum effort, as they say. Of course, you have to be careful on how to aim the launchers, the bombs, but overall it's very capable. It's very good. We can go a little bit of a dent here. We can do a little bit of a dent here. Return home. You deserve a rest. That was the match actually. This is why I say sometimes opening the map is very important, because these things happen. Your allies can see, and they are not sitting ducks. So yeah, that's pretty much the review for today. Let's put it this way. Yeah, I'm happy with this match over here. Not very easy for me. But I also have to say this strike fighter requires a couple of matches in order to get used. That's also something to take into account, because when I started using it, I thought, oh crap, sometimes I lost a couple of matches, and I thought to myself, I'm not doing as much, and actually this is going to be not going to be a good strike fighter. I don't find it consistent, but if you use it a couple of times, you get used to it, you keep your distance, in contrast to what I thought it was going to be, which was to get close. Actually, if you stay far away, you can do fairly consistent damage. So yeah, that was the game. Let's see how much we did with this one. Remember, I only launched the Strike Fighter once, so any damage I have will be doubled. Yes, about that right. 221, 60, 20. Not bad damage. I found it. I mean, it's a consistent damage carrier. Sometimes can pull these numbers, sometimes can pull lower. But most of the times, if you know the trick, you can pull higher. But it's not like a guarantee. This Strike Fighter is more like this damage is going to happen guaranteed no matter what. So you're going to have this consistent damage around 400, 600k, depends on how many times you launch your Strike Fighter, and of course of your configuration on the carrier or assault carrier that you are using. And yeah, also the helicopters I think is a big win as well. Totally worth it. And yeah, that's it for me for today. I hope that you found these matches fairly entertaining. And this is my review. Please leave your comments as well. Your comments. What do you think about the Strike Fighter? Are you going to consider getting it, not getting it? Is a pass? Is a yes, absolutely, based on what you saw. So you can consider if you are going to get the Battle Pass. From my point of view, totally worth it. I mean, again, just Alka being here, that absolutely does it. And of course, this ship has 3 cannons, so that is actually another Fletcher that is not a gacha ship, so that's worth it. And we have to see what we can do with this automatic defense. So that's it for me for today. I think this was very lengthy. Hope that you have a good day. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you have arrived this far. And this is Foxhound signing off. Have a good day.